This digital story will teach you about the life of Marie Antoinette and the role she and her husband had in the French Revolution. Marie Antoinette was born in 1755 in the Hofburg Palace in Vienna, Austria. Her mother, Maria Theresa, was the current Empress of Austria. Of Maria's 16 children, Marie Antoinette was not the one most expected to be the queen of a country as important as France. At the age of 14, Marie made the 2.5-week journey from Austria to France, never to see her home country again. She was set to marry the current king of France's grandson, Louis Auguste, and settle into the palace of Versailles. Marie had to quickly get used to the numerous and very public routines of the palace. She once stated that it felt like she put on her rouge and washed her hands in front of the whole world. Marie was somewhat unpopular in Versailles. Relations between France and Austria were not great, making people suspicious of her. This was exaggerated by the fact that Marie did not get pregnant for several years. In 1774, Louis and Marie took the throne as King and Queen of France. They felt extremely unprepared, with Louis even saying, "God, guide us and protect us, we are too young to reign." After 8 years in France, Marie finally had children, but this did not stop her declining popularity in Versailles. Marie was known for her extravagant and expensive hairstyles and wardrobe choices. Because of this, she began to be known by most of France as Madame Deficit. She also requested for her own palace to be built, the Petit Trianon. Marie used the Petit Trianon to live as she thought a French peasant might. In a country where much of the peasant class was without bread, her spending and romanticization of the poor angered French citizens. In July 1789, the Bastille, a prison in Paris, was infiltrated by French revolutionaries. Many of these revolutionaries did not want France to have a king, but rather a republic. In October of 1789, thousands of women marched on Versailles to demand the king and queen leave their palace and come to Paris. Louis and Marie obliged. As an example of her disregard for the French people, Marie Antoinette is famous for allegedly saying, "Let them eat cake," when hearing about these bread marches. However, most historians believe that she did not actually say this. Marie and Louis attempted to flee France in 1791 because of increasingly negative attitudes towards royalty. They were caught, convicted of treason, and were set to be executed by guillotine. The guillotine was often used during the French Revolution and executed people by beheading them. The French thought it was a humane alternative to most other execution methods. Louis XVI was executed in January of 1793, making him the last king of France. After facing trial, Marie was also found guilty of treason and was executed in October of 1793. In summary, Marie's unpopularity in the court and with her subjects contributed greatly to the start of the French Revolution. To the starving and unhappy people of France, Marie's constant spending, along with her husband's inability to rule, were reasons to overthrow the throne.